Reserve rights. So, I actually really like this as a premise. Effectively creating money, but it's a money supply that doesn't do this crazy inflation. Obviously, fiat currencies are broken off of the sheer money printing that occurs. We're also moving to a sort of digital age where, most people don't use cash anymore. So we are heading towards a world where blockchain tech could be very useful in terms of a fiat, and reserve rights have a protocol that works immensely well. I think this still has room to go up, so I want to talk about where I think this can go. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what the spreadsheet is, it shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. Now in the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. There were cryptos that I thought were going to make me very good cash. If you'd have gotten in on these coins when I did, you'd have gotten in at these prices. All you would have had to do is sit on the coins for around 15 or 16 months. You've been able to sell at these prices. And these are what your profits would have been from 100 into each. So 100 into every single one, in under a year and a half would have netted your profit of over 123 grand. Now the thing is obviously you don't have a year and a half to sort your portfolios out. We're in a bull cycle right now. Bitcoin keeps trying to get to a new local high. The market is going to rip soon, and if you're not happy with the cryptos you own, if you're not confident in the cryptos you own, it's probably because they're not going to make you any cash. If that's the case, get onto copymycrypto.com, have a look through the website. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. Whenever I'm ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to buy or sell, the price I'm going to do it at, so my members can copy along exactly, so they make the same profit as me without any work at all. On the site, you'll see what they've made. You can read their testimonials. You can verify all our successes, and it's all public record, so you can verify everything that you read and see. And if you like what you see, guys, try out the service before these markets start ripping. It will get your portfolios sorted out. Now, reserve rights. So this is the all-time chart of reserve rights. Obviously, it launched like 2019. Very cheap, 2/5 of a cent at the time. 25/100ths of a cent. And went up to 10 cents. Did a very good run. In this most recent bull cycle, not done amazing, got up to about 1.2 cents. I still think there's a lot of wriggle room for this to move. The whole idea is it's reserve rights has two main purposes, right? For the protocol. It's an over-collateralization of reserve stablecoins through staking and governing them through proposing and voting on changes to their configuration. Now, it was launched in May of 2019. It was actually a really successful IEO via Huobi's exchange. So besides being the governance token for reserve stablecoins, by which changes to the reserve stablecoins can be proposed and voted for with RSR, reserve rights exists as a backstop to make reserve stablecoin holders whole in the unlikely event of a collateral token default. In order for RSR holders to provide this over collateralization, they can decide to stake on any one R token or divide their RSR by staking on multiple R tokens. Very clever premise. Because this is kind of like the principle, right? We don't want money that doesn't we want money that doesn't inflate like the US dollar. Actually, when you look at the US dollar and you look at the supply has been inflated immensely. I mean, during 2019, 2020, we saw some of the most unbelievable money printing in America ever. And fundamentally, the premise of inflation is very simple in the sense that you hold your money in a bank, but as the currency expands, your money is always worth less. That's why, the goal of investing long term, especially if you're using stocks or whatever, is outdo inflation. Period. If your money always outdoes inflation, then you're winning every year. And then by the time you retire, your money is worth more than it was previously. But that is the goal. You've got to outdo inflation. Period. So, Reserve, building this protocol which basically lets anyone create a new currency backed by a one-to-one ratio of tokenized assets, basically allows for money to be created, but it's an index of all the biggest things in the world, whether it's stocks, bonds, gold, real estate. Very clever idea. Now, fundamentally, big effort here is going to be like onboarding people and buying into it. Total value locked in reserve is about $250 million, which, again, put it into context, that's most of its market cap. Its market cap is 362 mil right now. They also have 34 mil based in first loss capital, and 5 mil has been contributed for the bug bounty. So the ecosystem is focused on helping individuals, treasuries, and DAOs fight inflation on Ethereum, Base, and Arbitrum. So again, they've acknowledged that Base is one of those fast-growing, certainly intriguing layer 2s, and Base has started to be built upon. RSR have recognized this and started building straight away. They've spent seriously on audits. Now, I was speaking with an audit team recently, and actually a new up and coming company, and we were laughing about the sort of situation within the audit world of crypto. Audits, the way this system works is mad. Paying tens of thousands of dollars every few months on an audit. You could literally just have this system set up as a Web 2 based system rather than a Web 3 and pay out the nose. It's like, from a business perspective, it doesn't make sense why cryptos haven't kind of acknowledged this. These audits can be updated regularly. They require being updated regularly. Every time you do, you're spending like tens of thousands of dollars to do it. It's a waste of money. You don't need to do that. You can have a Web 2 system that's a subscriber model that could just do that. I don't know. It is what it is. But it is very, very old. And yeah, from my perspective, every time I look at it, I'm just like, why is anyone spending that level of funds getting audits? But yeah, there is a company worth checking out, actually, if you're a developer. I think it's Fidesium, Ifdesium. Very clever idea to improve the audit game in crypto hugely, and it save all these companies money. In terms of RSR, you can check out the DApp. So the DApp's really simple and straightforward. So basically, there's your TVL. So as you can see, last few months it has really risen well. Base not so well. Base, to be fair, over the last few months has risen quite nicely as well. So the R token market is at 217 million. First loss capital 34. So this is the total value of all the RSR staked in the protocol. It's about 10% of the supply. Annualized R tokens revenue, 6.7 mil. So that's the projected annual revenue generated by the R token holders, calculated using the APY and TVL of the listed tokens. And then you've got annualized RSR stakers revenue. So this is the return for staking RSR. But as you can see, you can browse the R tokens and check out what they've got. ETH Plus, USD3, EUSD. So you can stake, earn pretty good percentages. You can the earn features as well are quite interesting. So you provide liquidity across DeFi and earn more with your R tokens. But obviously, just understand your risks. If you're going to do supply liquidity, do bear in mind, like, you have risks of impermanent loss. So when you're looking at providing liquidity, something to look at is potentially, stablecoin. Adding 2 stablecoins as liquidity, impermanent loss risks pretty much nil after that. It's still there, but dramatically reduced, because the chances of the stablecoin collapsing are a lot more slim. Very clever concept, and as I said, R token wise, they've been really building. I like this as a premise. I also think there's potential for this as a coin to be listed on Coinbase, because I actually think there's a legitimate use case within the crypto space and within the wider world. The question will always boil down to, can you get adoption? So their adoption is going to have to come from a significant sort of marketing campaign and getting deals in place with good brands. Like, if you can get deals in place with And I don't mean brands in the sense of like Nike. I mean brands in the sense of crypto. So if they can start onboarding like solid, well-regarded developers, or they can onboard very good layer ones, layer twos, and widen their network, I think there's room for this to run. I also think, again, like I said, there's a chance for Coinbase. So I actually think this still has potential to get back to pretty good highs, maybe even 6 cents. There's a lot of volume around 5 cents. I think 6 cents as a peak isn't bad. It's about little less than a 9x from where it is right now. I think that is actually quite achievable. Again, big job is onboarding. Can they onboard big names? Can they onboard people? If they can they onboard Coinbase? If they can do all those things, and I think they've got a legitimate shot of Coinbase now. They've added Base into the ecosystem. I think there is a shot this has a good year, because just a Coinbase listing gives it a 3-4x bounce straight off the bat. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Do you think this can go way higher? Am I being harsh here, or am I being overly optimistic? And if you've used RSR, how do you find it? I've played around with RSR a bunch of times, find it very simple. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. And guys, look, we are in a bull cycle right now. If you are not confident in the cryptos you own, it's because they're not going to make you any money. Doing something about that has to be a #1 priority for everyone right now, because these markets are going to rip soon. And when they do, if you're holding coins you're not confident in, you're not going to make any money. So get onto copymycrypto.com, have a look at what my members have earned, read their testimonials, watch the videos and see the successes we've had. It's all public record as well, so you can verify it all online. On the site, I share my entire portfolio with my members. Whenever I'm ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm buying or selling, the price I'm doing it at. My members copy along exactly, make the same profits as me, but there is zero work for them. And like I said, guys, you can verify everything that you read on the site. And if after reading it all, you like what you see, try out the service. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain before these markets absolutely start ripping. And that is it from me, guys. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.